All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning. This is Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles, California, founder and CEO of Ivy League Crypto Academy, ILCA for short. On Saturday, we stream our crypto talk live. So we are on our YouTube channel as well. So welcome all of you guys. Go ahead and type your name in the chat box where you're listening in from. Same with you on YouTube. Go ahead and let us know where you're listening in from. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I share information for educational, training, and entertainment purposes only, and it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. So I see we have Christina on the line, and Don, Dorothy Mays, Elijah Morgan, Gold Reserve Group, Janine Curran, Joyce Easley, Catherine Clement, Keith Birch, Keith Lakeman, Kenny Taylor. Yeah, I lost my place there. There we go. Kimberly Brooks, Lizzie Wright, Nathan Hansbarger, Patty Geist, Rita Broussard, Samantha, Stan Thompson, Wild Bill, and Tamara Goins. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, this is Saturday, so we always do our crypto talk an hour early, and I am doing the MoveQuest presentation at the top of the hour, so we will be keeping this short. And I mean, this is the countdown also for Christmas. So I promise you we're not going to be long, but we got to cover some important information. So let's go ahead and jump on into this and let me share screen. Sure, we're good to go. There we go. But oh, I kept meaning to look at this. Samantha asked a question not too long ago, maybe about a week ago in our membership section. And I did reply, it was in the diamond side. She asked us about the security. Is it a scammer? A weird token appeared in my wallet, and I did want to address this just in case any of you guys experience this, because I hear it over and over again. People are afraid and don't know what to do. So here's what Samantha said. Yesterday, when I was looking at my wallet on Avascan, I noticed a token showing up that I didn't recognize. If you hover over the quantity, it reveals a URL and says, visit to claim airdrop. I did not visit the URL since I didn't recognize the token in the info. First, I copied the token address and pasted it into Avascan. Perfect. Here's what I got. A message saying, this token is reported to have been spammed to many users. Please exercise caution when interacting with it. Then I did a Google search for what to do if a random token shows up. So let me show you what that looks like, what she clicked on. Well, she put it in the Avascan. And this is actually the blockchain for Avalanche. So you can put in any token address and then, things pop up. See this? Warning. This token is reported to have been spammed to many users. Exercise caution when interacting with it. Great job, Samantha, on that one. Then I did a Google search for what to do if a random token shows up in your crypto wallet and came across the following article. A few paragraphs down, there is a section titled Random Tokens or NFTs Deposited to Your Wallet. According to this article, it appears that this is a spam token that has been sent to my wallet address. I'm guessing with the hope of tricking me into visiting the URL and worse. That is true. Brandon, I am so thankful to be a part of your crypto academy and community. If it wasn't for all I have learned so far, I am sure I would have been panicking or have made the mistake and visited the link. The token name does say fish hack, but what if it hadn't? What if it was a new scam that Avascan had not recognized yet? And here's the thing. People got scammed in the first place. That's why it was reported. So somebody fell for this. I may not have even known to be aware of these things. It is because of your crypto education that made me keep my eye out for weird things that the scammers out there try to trick us with in every possible way. Thank you. I will be happy to know your thoughts on this too. You did everything perfect. Perfect. Congratulations. Now, for everybody else, why this happens. See, when the government started cracking down on ICOs, which is initial coin offerings, and that is where a new project to get them word out, they would do a seed raise and allow people to purchase a token with the promise of a return on it later on. And the government says that that's the sale of a security and is illegal. So then the companies started doing IEOs, initial exchange offerings, meaning they would do the same thing, but they would do it through exchanges because the exchanges in the United States are registered with the US government. And the exchanges will come out with the new token on behalf of the project. They're just going to get a cut. And it was too big of a cut. So then they started doing something new called airdrops. So what they'll do is say, we're just going to give the token away. We're not going to sell it because if we sell it, then the government says we're selling a security. So instead, we're going to give it away, but we want you to do certain things to receive the token, meaning by shilling it. In other words, talking great about the project, spreading awareness, promoting it. And if you promote it, the value of the token can go up that you got for free. So that's the whole airdrop. We were big on that the first half of this year and still are whenever DFY kicks up again. Then the hackers figured out what to do. Oh no, before the hackers got in. Then what projects would do is say, okay, let's say if we're on we're going to launch the Avalanche blockchain. Let's look at all the wallets on Avalanche because everything is public. They don't know who you are. They just have wallet addresses. And then they will just randomly send tokens to wallet addresses. So you'll open up your wallet one day and see a token there. You're like, where did this token come from? And it was them trying to promote themselves, giving you something for free. You click on the link to go to their website, see what the project's all about, and maybe you would buy more. That was the whole thing. Well, what do you think the scammers did? They saw what was going on and said, hey, we can do the same thing. So scammers will create scam tokens, randomly send them to wallets, and then wait for you to click on a link. And that link may take you to a website that says connect your wallet. And the moment you do that, boom, they got you. So that's exactly what happened right here to Samantha. So if you see tokens in your wallet, if you see tokens, yeah, Samantha, you can go ahead. This one, the Diamond members, all you have to do is if you go to our membership, go to the Diamond channel, and there it is. Samantha posted about that. So, Leonard, you commented on this. So yeah, not that it was what we're talking about. Great job on how to check the blockchain. Yep, that's right. Now that is what we're talking about. That's right. So if you're in the Diamond membership, it is in here. But Samantha, you feel free to share it anywhere else in our other groups. Like this one for our inner circle. This is our gold group for the inner circle. 2025, we're going to be utilizing our own platform much more because this is secure. There's no scammers in here. This is just our community. So we'll be doing more chatting through here than we will through our Telegram group because we don't have any scammers inside of our group, but it is more exposed. There is no exposure here unless the scammers want to start paying to be a part of ILCA. And by doing so, they're giving us their information on who they are. So authorities could track that down very easily. That's why I've been doing most of my MoveQuest training calls in the inner circle. So if a scammer wants to get in there, they got to pay us to get in there. And then if they try to scam, again, we know who they are. And there's recourse for that. All right. So I just wanted to highlight and give Samantha a shout out for doing an excellent job on that. Okay, so let's go to what's going on in the crypto world today. We almost had a government shutdown. And the last minute, the Republicans had a little mini revolt against Donald Trump. So this is going to be an interesting showdown when Donald Trump comes into office because a threat was clearly given. If you don't toe the line and you're a Republican politician, then we will primary you. And Elon Musk is now showing how much power he is actually wielding, which we have to pay attention to because he does tweets and talks all the time. So if he says something, we can move on that before the rest of the public takes action. So when I bring these things up, I am not speaking on whether I agree or I disagree, whether I like it or I don't like it. This is just what's happening. We need to be aware of so that we know how to maneuver in this new environment, this new space. We have the richest man in the world who is calling the shots. That is not my opinion. It is a fact. He proven it, and Mike Johnson, the highest ranking official in America, admitted to it and said, well, Elon Musk, I had to call him up an hour before and, tell him what we're going to do and he give his blessings. So it is what it is. And we have Jeff Bezos is trying to edge in there as well. It's a battle of the billionaires. Good luck draining the swamp, the battle of the billionaires. So Elon Musk is wielding considerable power, which means we also need to keep an eye on the Dogecoin. There may be a lot of money if he decides to tweet and talk about that again of Dogecoin shooting up, or what if he has a difference of opinion and decides to either create his own token, he makes a partnership with Trump with the World Liberty Financial token that Trump has, and then all of a sudden he starts tweeting about that. Everyone's going to sell their Doge and jump onto whatever thing he's doing next. So just keep that in mind. Doge is not a long-term type of project. It is a hype meme token created as a joke that Elon Musk likes. That's why it has value as a number 7 token. And don't think that just because tokens are in the top 10 that they're always going to stay there. At one point in 2018, BitConnect was ranked number 3 or number 4. You guys remember that? The BitConnect company. All right, let's see the market cap. What's going on here? Let me refresh again. We're looking at 3.49 trillion. It is slightly up 0.7%. Bitcoin dominance, whoa, is over 55%. Ethereum is 11.6%. That's down from 12%. So this is Saturday. We've got to go week to week. Let's see down here. Bitcoin is sitting at 97,000. It is down 4.4% in the past week. Ethereum is down 13.5% over the past week. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Ripple is down 6.8%. BNB 7.5. Solana, that's a big drop. 16.9%. I was at Wingstop yesterday. Now, I've been cutting back, so I don't go to Wingstop every Friday, every other Friday now. So I was at Wingstop yesterday and I walked in and they know me up in there. And the guy behind the counter was like, "Oh, here's Brandon Ivey, the Bitcoin millionaire." Bring Bring it down, bring it down. But he was excited because apparently he had been watching the news and saw Bitcoin go over $100,000. So he's like, "Man, Bitcoin went over 100,000. You really made more millions now, huh? Didn't you?" And people are looking. I'm like, bring it down, calm down, relax. But then he started asking me a bunch of questions. He was like, "So what do you think about, Ripple and then Solana and then and Doge? Should I buy Cardano?" I said, "You need to get into my crypto education. That's what you need to do first. But if you're gonna look long term, I said I'll give you something for free. You want outside of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana." I said, "Now, will Solana, he said, well, what about Cardano?" I said, "I'm long on Cardano, but yeah, you could, if you have some extra, go ahead and get Cardano. But I'm telling you, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, outside of Bitcoin." Now, I said, in my inner circle, we have written down other tokens that we're watching that I can't say today because this is for the public. But on inner circle, when it's private, I share that information. So let's see what's the rest of this week. Who are the best performers? Movement. We've been kind of watching this one. Move. We might need to watch this even more. It is up 58% on the week. I don't remember. I remember seeing this, but I don't remember putting it down. And then I got Kaya height. I don't remember writing this down, but it did hit my radar. So I am going to write this one down to watch now going into the new year. 2021. Watch for move. Current price 99 cents. By the way, we are, how close is it to being fluid within MoveQuest? I saw Lynette put that. Hold on, 10%. We're very, very close. Marnita, if you remember seeing that, let me know. I know right now she says the token is oversold by 5%. And whenever that happens, there's always a bounce back up. So the selling pressure has died down. And a lot of that is because of the hatchery, which was a very, very smart move to do. Speaking of the hatchery, we should be quickly approaching. Oh, I can't do that there. We should quickly be approaching our hatchery date. Let's go to one wallet here. Hatchery. Oh, there's still some room left in the hatchery. About 10,000 MQT. 4 days away. Oh, this one's ready. I've never collected before. I've never done this. Has anybody collected yet before I hit the button? Because I'll do this live in front of everybody. Has anybody ever collected yet? Janine, you have? All right, so Janine, you're going to be my teacher here. I'm going to click on it and let's see what happens. This is the mover, which is now actually the trailblazer. Transaction request, confirm. I see it spinning. Okay, I guess it did it. So I am going to refresh. Then I'm going to click on my miners. There it is. Oh, how cool is that? Okay. Now I'm going to allocate that MQT and I'm going to do it again. Give me another mover here. Yeah, that one, I just wanted to test that out to make sure it would work. Putting my assets to work for me. Confirm. It's going to cost me what? 8.6 MQT. Confirm. I didn't even check to see I have enough money in this account to do this. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Congratulations, incubation started. Okay. There it is. So another 7 days. And then I've got these. So 4 days, I had 16. Yeah, it cost me $3. So I got 16 Vanguards. Now, remember what I said in the training, in our secret training. I'm going to take those 16 Vanguards and I'm going to make them into 8 Titans. Yes, Janine, go right ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that as soon as you collected, your MQT went right back. So I knew you were going to be fine with the funds, even though you didn't look. It goes automatically
Yeah, I
right
didn't
back.
even look. So yeah, so I got my MQT back. So like when these 4 days come up, I'll be getting my 28 MQT back per Vanguard. Now I said this also in our training on Wednesday that if I were to stake to get a Vanguard, not stake, but get a Vanguard right now, based on the value of MQT, it will cost me 47 MQT to do it. Back then, when we did this, it was only 28 MQT. So just be mindful of that. So if I was going to take the same MQT, I'm only going to be able to do probably 8 Vanguards instead of 16 or 10 or so. All right, let me go back to the chart here. best performer. So I have down, I wanted to watch Move. Ooh, look at Hyperliquid. All right, this is why I tell you guys it pays to be in the inner circle. On December 2nd, we have put down Hype. The cost was $7.75. What is it right now? $32.19. So imagine any of you that got on that when I spoke on it, it is up 43% just on the week. This is why it pays to be in the inner circle. I don't know what we may find each day. I don't know what's going to pop up in front of us that we could take advantage of. So that's why we do it almost every day. Diamonds in the rough there. Okay, so Hyperliquid, BitGet token, Ethena, tokenized exchange, fast token, virtuals, protocol, SUI. That's about it. Who had a bad week? This Pudgy Penguins is unique. It's not going away. When we researched this, I saw it as to me, it looked like a scam. Definitely a pump and dump. And they'll have some initial issues 24 hours, but now it's stabilized. This Pudgy, this Pingu, it has not gone back down to zero and it's still rising. So I don't know. There's a lot of money behind this. I'm still don't want to have anything to do with it. Me personally, I don't want to take that risk. But those of you who have some little extra ducats and you might be prone to take a little bit more risk, might be good to do. Insure DeFi. I don't know what you mean by that. Insure DeFi. Janelle token is down 30%. Dog with hat. Optimism 29.3. Yeah, go ahead, later.
Hey, Brandon, if you scroll up on your page, it's in the top
Oh,
page.
I see. Interesting. Insure DeFi. 48.6%. So this is a new top gainer, but let me click on it. Max. Oh, wow. This is not a new token. It's been around since 2020 at least. All-time high was 11 cents 4 years ago. All-time low 3 years ago. Was this one trying to have a comeback? How many tokens? 88 billion. Where's it being sold? You can get on Uniswap, PancakeSwap. All right, a meme token. Yeah, D-Force. You guys are finding these tokens from. I see D-Force up to 138%. These are the I normally don't play in this stuff, but you guys, these are if you guys are, hey, I'm trying to make a lot of money real quick. If I get in on a new token coming out, yeah, here you go. This one went up 135%. 435% in one day. Send. All right. So again, the worst performers there. Anything Pepe, Stacks, Bread, Jasmine Coin. Yeah, it's been a rough week in the crypto space. Okay. MoveQuest token is sitting at $11.55. Oh, my point on that is that it is very close to being liquid, which means or fluid. Every single person sells all their tokens. The bottom right now is at $9.80, I think something cents is a new floor. It used to be at $8.69. So that means that it's almost like a stable coin. That is hell of impressive. You guys know how a stable coin works. Stable coins where it will always be at the dollar, no matter how much sell pressure happens, no matter how much buying happens, it stays one-to-one with the dollar. See Tether, 99 cents, USDC, $1. So if there was no new person that ever joined MQT, MoveQuest, just based on it is right now, you doing your daily submissions, you know that there's always going to be money there that if you wanted to sell your tokens, you can. That is very impressive with 1.6 million liquidity. Now, what if we just doubled in size? What if each of you just share with two people? Or what did I talk about in our training, private training? If you did what I talked about in our private training, what would this look like? $40, $50, $100 MQT value. But this is a good baseline, especially as we're about to launch the new app. All right, some of the news. See here. Top football prospect, and we're getting into the playoff season now. Top football prospect to be paid in Bitcoin after cinching college contract. Yeah, he's a smart guy right there. I'd be like, yeah, pay me in Bitcoin. The 2025 Polynesian Bowl All-Star signed with the University of Southern California, USC, and will use payments app. Wait. The 2025 Polynesian Bowl All-Star signed with USC. USC ain't paying them. Or NIL? I was thinking, what? Top prospect. And will use payments app Strike to receive a portion of its compensation. And payments app Strike. How many of you are familiar with that app? An app called Strike. That has not hit my radar that I could think of, but I'm curious. I thought I read it wrong. I thought it was first Stripe. I know Stripe. Strike. Strike Bitcoin app. I will install it and I will play with it. Again, this is why I do Crypto Talk. I find some stuff. Strike. Oh, really, Delia? You collected 8 Trailblazers already. Okay. Michael Pendleton, President-elect Musk, and Vice President-elect Trump. Yeah, I want to see how long until Trump kicks Musk to the curb. It's not going to be that long. It will happen. Just want to see how. Only has 20,000 users. Okay. Newly signed USC linebacker opts for Bitcoin. Matai Tagoa, one of the top college prospects in the country, recently signed an NIL deal with USC and will receive a portion of the proceeds in Bitcoin via the Strike app, according to a release. Historically, college athletes were prohibited from monetizing their image, but the National Collegiate Athletic Association lifted that prohibition in 2021, opening the door to lucrative NIL deals. Details of the contract, such as the amount and duration, were not provided to Bitcoin.com, but similar deals can range from several hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Yeah, I mean, if you're like a Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, no, these guys are millionaires before they even leave college. Strike has onboarded multiple professional athletes, allowing them to convert their compensation to Bitcoin. Most notably, former Carolina Panthers offensive tackle Russell Okung, who converted half his salary in 2020, 6.5 million, into Bitcoin. And now, 18-year-old, wait, I want to do the math on this. Well, maybe if this article will do it for me. Let's see here. Paid in Bitcoin, NFL offensive tackle Russell Okung considered the highest paid in the league. At the end of December, the Carolina Panthers offensive lineman will be getting half of his $13 million salary in Bitcoin. Okung made the decision at the right time, as the National Football League just capped the league's salary at $180 million. Looking at it from a different perspective, some think that Okung is now the highest salaried NFL player today because of his decision. Smart. In 2020, he would be getting half of his 13 million in Bitcoin. So that's 6 million. What was the value of Bitcoin in 2020? So when Bitcoin hit 44,000, the half of his contract was paid in Bitcoin. And then it climbed to 10 million. So he flipped his 6 million into 10 million. And at that same price, imagine he doubled it again, going to $100,000 a coin. So he just flipped that to 20 million. That's very, very smart. You are the highest paid player in the NFL. It says simply by taking your salary in a different unit of value. Amazing. It will not be long before your peers catch on. No, it won't. Stack sats or die. Very, very smart. Russell Okung is no, he's not a genius. He just educated. You don't have to be a genius to figure out that Bitcoin is the best performing asset of the past 15 years. That's a fact. Just wait till it goes to $1 million a coin. I receive a ton of questions about my price entry into Bitcoin. I stack sats. The price goes up. I stack some more. The price goes down. I stack again. This isn't financial advice. It's just common sense. He's right. All right. This one said, this is a game changer for me. By taking part of my NIL earnings in Bitcoin, I'm setting myself for long-term financial growth. He's right. San Clemente High School graduate. He's right. Too many athletes face financial challenges after their careers, and we believe Bitcoin offers. Imagine this. He takes that and forgets about it. He can live off of his other money he makes. And what is that Bitcoin going to be worth in 10 years? Most football players last maybe 3 years in the league. Average. The good ones maybe 7 to 10. If you're a kicker or a quarterback, 12 to 15, maybe. And they've made millions of dollars, but then they retire and within a few years they're broke again. So imagine this kid, he finishes football in 3 years. Let's just say he only lasts 3 years, but he's got that Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes to $1 million 5, 10 years from now. Yeah, that's very, very smart. That means each and every single one of us should be doing the same. It doesn't matter. Well, Brandon, I don't have $6 million. You have $600. You have $6,000. You have $60. I began my entire crypto career with $30. That ain't a joke. That's a fact. $30 is how I started my career. U.S. Senator declares 2025 the year for Bitcoin and digital assets, pledges sweeping crypto laws. Okay, which senator is this? Cynthia Loomis. Okay, should have figured that one. Loomis called the upcoming administration under Donald Trump the most pro-digital asset administration ever. Well, we got to see. He's done a lot of talking. He's not in office yet. We'll see what happens. He welcomed the appointment of David Sachs as the so-called crypto czar. 2025 will be the year for Bitcoin and digital assets. This is also, don't you think people need to be learning about Bitcoin and crypto? Join ILCA. With David Sachs as crypto czar, this will be the most pro-digital asset administration ever. I look forward to working closely with David Sachs to pass comprehensive digital asset legislation and she called it my strategic Bitcoin reserve. Talk about taking ownership. But I agree with her and I support this. All right. Next is cryptos in multi-year bull market and the Fed can't stop it, expert says. That is true. The Fed cannot stop it, but we have a running bet going on right now in the inner circle. Who's going to win this war? The Fed or Donald Trump? Because they are about to go head to head. Who's going to win the war? So we've got a running bet in the inner circle about that. Crypto will surge ahead in a multi-year bull market, defying Fed-induced volatility as institutional adoption, blockchain innovation, and ETF flows drive unstoppable momentum. When we talked about that, I used the Game of Thrones when Cersei was talking to her father and about their financial situation. And she's like, just go to the Iron Bank and get more money, tell them, force them. And the father had to drop some knowledge on her. So watch that episode. That was a financial lesson. Matt Hogan, Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise Asset Management, reinforced his optimistic view on crypto's long-term trajectory, despite a sharp market downturn following the Federal Reserve's latest announcement. Crypto's in a multi-year bull market. 50 BPS of projected rate cuts won't change that. That is true. Obviously, the big catalyst today was the Fed announcement. The Fed cut rates by 25 basis points as expected, but lowered expectations for the next year from 4 cuts to 2. Higher rates are bad for risk assets, and the Fed's announcement caused a sharp pullback in all risk assets. The S&P 500 fell 3%, and the riskier Russell 200 small cap fell 4.4%, and crypto market fell too. The market reaction was swift. Now, let me ask you guys this question too, because I say it all the time. When the markets drop, and they all drop, which asset rebounds faster? Is it the S&P? Is it real estate properties? Is it crypto? Which one rebounds faster? Joyce says crypto. Anybody else? Anybody brave enough to answer that one? Catherine says crypto. You're right. I know Joyce really, Judy says crypto. Joyce be paying attention to things I say. Yeah, crypto always rebounds, and there's proof of it. Bitcoin was at 95,000. I think maybe it hit 92,000. It bounced back to 97,000. So the crypto market always bounces back faster than the S&P does. But it drops when the S&P drops. They all drop together. So keep that in mind as well. So next time you see some major drop happening, no, this is time to buy some crypto because it's going to bounce back up quick. Okay. JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo Bank, and Bank of America customers lose $870 million to scammers on Zelle. How's that possible? Have we run across any Zelle scams? I'm thinking we did a couple months ago. And I think it was Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, yeah, did not want to help out in that. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, $870 million in the last 7 years. And say it's Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is suing the 3 bank giants and Zelle's parent firm. Oh yeah, that was a scam that tried to get my wife. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. And Zelle's parent firm for allegedly failing to protect people from widespread fraud on the popular payments network. The lawsuit, which has been anticipated for months, alleges hundreds of thousands of the bank's customers filed fraud complaints and were largely denied assistance, with some being told to contact the fraudsters directly to get their money back. Okay. And that didn't happen. They did contact the banks directly and contact the fraudsters. Oh yeah. Hey, you frauded me. I want my money back. The fraudster's gonna say, yeah, okay, you're right. Let me send it back to you. Really? When has that ever happened? The nation's largest banks felt threatened by competing payment apps, so they rushed to put out Zelle. By their failing to put in place proper safeguards, Zelle became a gold mine for fraudsters while often leaving victims to fend for themselves. Oh yeah, that's right, Joyce. They'll say, yeah, we'll send it back to you for 10%, 20% fee. It says if CFPBs, is that the same app whose owner got assassinated? Zelle? I don't remember Zelle got assassinated. The talking about Luigi Mangione? No, that was the healthcare guy. Driven by political factors unrelated to Zelle. Okay. What is this? 1 million, 1 billion, $105 trillion to be handed down as great wealth transfer enters full swing. So that is the baby boomers passing their money down to their children and grandchildren. And one generation will benefit more in the short term. It ain't going to be Generation X. We're always getting skipped. See, more than $100 trillion will be handed down to heirs over the next couple of decades as the pace of the great wealth transfer accelerates. The research firm Cerulli Associates says 105 trillion will be passed on to heirs by 2048, while charities will receive 18 trillion over the same period. And why is that? Because a lot of these wealthy people are leaving their money not to their kids, but to charity or charitable organizations. Baby boomers, the silent generation, and older generations will be the silent generation. Who's the silent generation? I thought I went the greatest generation, World War II, baby boomers, Gen X, and then the rest. The silent generation. Nearly $100 trillion will be transferred from baby boomers and older generations, representing 81% of all transfers. More than 50% of the overall total volume, 62 trillion, is expected to come from those who are currently high net worth and ultra high net worth, which together make up only 2% of all households. See that? 2% of all households has $62 trillion. 50% of it. 2% of households own 50% of the money. That's crazy. Over the short term, Generation X will benefit more, okay, than millennials from the great wealth transfer. Millennials will be inheriting the most of any generation over the course of the next 25 years, 46 trillion. However, Gen X, my team, stands to inherit the greatest portion of assets in the next 10 years, totaling 14 trillion to millennials 8 trillion. Widows in the baby boomer and the silent generation. Is that what they call the greatest generation? The silent generation, World War II? Those that they're in their 90s right now. Okay. As well as other older generations are set to receive about 38% of the wealth before it can get to heirs and charities, according to the report. By the way, speaking of the older generation, I just watched a movie yesterday that is excellent, and it had me in tears. 6888. If you have time to watch that movie about the all African American unit in World War II. Great, great movie. I knew that story before, but seeing it on film like that was a great, great, great job. Every American should see that. We should be proud and disgusted at the same freaking time. I was happy and I was so mad. Anyways, widows in the baby boomer and the silent generation, as well as other, okay, yeah. Projections of horizontal or intra-generational transfers show that 54 trillion will be passed on to spouses before eventually transferring intergenerationally. Yeah, so it's mostly the widows, the women, because the women live much longer than the men do. My grandfather's passed away more than 20 years ago. However, my grandmother's just passed away a few years ago. And my wife's grandparents just passed away last month. And they're in there, there's my grandmother lived to be 99. And my great grandmother lived to be 101, somewhere around there. It is called 6888, Squadron 6888, so 6888. Look that up. It is playing on, I don't remember if it's Paramount Plus, not on Netflix. I think it's Paramount Plus. I think. All right. Next one up here, we've got Veteran Trader on Netflix. Thank you, Melanie. Netflix. Veteran trader Peter Brandt sees Bitcoin flashing bearish signal, warns that it could crash below $80,000 as a possibility. I agree. In fact, it should. Peter Brandt is warning that a bearish signal is flashing for Bitcoin, indicating that Bitcoin might head to much lower prices. He tells his followers on X that Bitcoin may be forming a bearish reversal pattern and the daily chart that could lead to a dip into the $70,000 range. Now, what can you do if that's going to happen? Then the suggestion is tether your Bitcoin right now and then wait for it to drop and then move it back into Bitcoin. Hey trolls, this is not a prediction, just always pointing out possibilities, not probabilities, not certainties. No screenshot is necessary. Bitcoin right-angled broadening triangle could project back into the 70,000s and a test of the parabolic modality. I agree with them. I agree with them on that one. All right. Ripple is printing a bullish continuation. Okay. That's the last one. 2025 will be the year of AI agents. That word keeps popping up. I had to write it down the other day. AI agents. And yeah, and artificial generated intelligence, AGI. And AI agents. Okay, I want to read this. By 2025, more than 1 million AI agents could populate Web3, with staking and trading as likely early use cases. That also means there's going to be a lot of scamming in the same industry. AI agents will transform Web3 in 2025. Hey, Diamond class, what did we just finish the last 2 months? We covered Web3. With cryptocurrency staking and on-chain trading emerging as early use cases, industry executives told Cointelegraph. So here's a prediction, 2025, you're going to see a lot of projects come up saying, oh, we have AI trading bots. So agents, AIs, machines pursuing complex goals autonomously are already reshaping the digital economy, building Web3 applications, launching tokens, and interacting with humans autonomously. In 2025, AI agents are expected to take on a more prominent role within decentralized communities. Decentralization, Web3, artificial intelligence. We already have 2 of those courses, and I'm writing up the decentralized course right now. They will also face headwinds, including technical challenges, regulatory hurdles, and centralization. Michael Casey, co-founder of the Decentralized AI Society, told Cointelegraph, without decentralization, centralized, misaligned systems will drive us off a cliff, especially with AI. Ooh, that's a big quote. Without decentralization, centralized, misaligned systems will drive us off a cliff. You guys made the right choice. The inner circle. You guys are the ones who said, yeah, Brandon, let's switch that up from smart cities to decentralization. And it's coming out. The Ivy League Coaching Academy, decentralization. 1 million AI agents. As of now, Web3 hosts approximately 10,000 AI agents. This is going to grow from 10,000 to 1 million, collectively earning millions of dollars each week from on-chain activities. The asset manager expects upward of 1 million AI agents to populate blockchain networks by the end of the year. That is a huge growth to go from 10,000 to 1 million in 1 year. The potential universe of AI agents interacting with crypto is infinite. In 2024, tokens tied to agentic AI bootstrapped upward of $10 billion in market cap. I need to do more research on this. Research. Agents. Go back to my artificial intelligence courses. I don't pull up because I wrote that AI course 2 years ago. No, last year, 1 year ago. Yeah, last December. Artificial intelligence. Intro. What is it? Decentralized AI, AI-driven smart contracts, Web3 data, AI-powered Web3, privacy-preserving AI, AI-powered decentralized ID, AI and decentralized finance, AI for Web3 search, decentralized AI governance, AI-enhanced Web3 gaming, AI and content generation, AI and decentralized healthcare, AI for anonymity and security, and AI and supply chain management, AI, I'm going to have to write an artificial intelligence 2.0 course. Let me put this down on this. 2.0 AI agents. This is going to hit us like a storm if we were not prepared for this. Agentic AI projects include AI 16Z, which aims to use AI to direct on-chain investments and virtuals, a platform for launching AI agents on Coinbase's base network. Coinbase's base network. Even the iPhone 16s now is using the AI stuff. Early use cases. Okay, I gotta quickly. Well, Judy, say what you need to say real quick, because I'm looking at the clock. And I wanted to finish this. Go ahead, Judy.
Hey, Brandon. I was just about to say, did you see that lovely bonehead move that Apple's new AI did the other day?
No, I have not heard about it yet.
It spewed out fake news saying that Luigi Mangione had committed suicide in jail, and it did it with the BBC header. So when you looked at it, it looked exactly like the article was coming from the BBC.
Wow,
So
wow.
yeah, and it's crazy. And the thing is, and I'm looking at this here, and I'm, as you know, I'm a boomer, okay? And I can remember 20 years ago, this same technology in its beginning stages was made illegal. I had friends who had this same tech that they were using to trade stocks. And it was one of those hush hush things. It's like, we can't have it. It's illegal. It's illegal. Now that the banks have it, it's now legal, but they had to get around everybody else. They had to
Gotcha,
get in front
gotcha.
of it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Judy, for that. I gotta move on. Kenny, go right ahead.
Hey, real quick question. With people coming in, new people who know nothing about crypto or very little, what would be the distinction, or how will we explain the distinction between a smart contract like MoveQuest and an AI agent? Because people coming in, they're going to think everything is AI. And smart contracts are kind of going to get kind of pushed to the side because they're basically autonomous. They do they make their own calculations, decisions. So how would we start to explain what's an AI agent and what's a smart contract?
Well, a smart contract is a program. It's been programmed to do something. And there's going to be something called AI smart contracts, which means that it can continue to be programmed automatically by itself. So there is no specific course on that yet because it is still brand new, but just understanding what the roles are. The moment the move quest gets locked, meaning when you see not there this liquidity here and you see this get locked up, the smart contract can't be there's no change, there's no Lynette doing anything in there to push it along. It's done. And it's going to be that way forever. So if you wanted to make a change, you're going to have to create a new smart contract. The future of AIs will be able to continue to modify and make decisions independently of any operator. And then if that's the case, you have to ask, is it really a smart contract like we know it? So that's a whole nother field, but that's a good question. I am out of time, guys. I'm supposed to have left 30 minutes ago, but we got a presentation in 4 minutes. And yes, Marnita did posted a link of 9 books that Elon Musk says everyone should read, and a lot of it is about AI. So Ms. Casa, if you post that again in the membership section of in our ILCA area. Post that to you guys. And if you can, post it in the gold area. Gold section, yeah, the gold membership. A list of books. All right, everybody, I am out of time. People are trying to get in on the other link. So we got the MoveQuest presentation right now. And don't forget, ilcaverse.io. to be able to get all the new 3 courses, security, decentralization, and CBDCs for $399 instead of $750. You want to take advantage of that while you can. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye-bye.